We back. It's Thursday. We're in the building. Rise and Grind podcast. I'm Roderick.
I am Cari.
We in here, man. How you feeling?
Yes, sir. Feel great, brother. How you feeling?
Great.
One more.
Yeah. For the end of the week. Yeah. I feel absolutely great.
Okay.
Pre-production was good.
Hell yeah, I loved pre-production today as well.
Yeah, for sure. Got a lot checked off. We got a lot of news on the board. We got music on the board. I feel good talking today. How you feel?
Yeah, man. Like you said, just in a good spirit. You know, the week's been kind of slow as far as work, but I'm in great spirits, man. You know, we chopped up some things. We're just looking ahead. I've been saying it for the last few episodes. Like March is almost over. The first quarter is almost over. Yep. So I just been doing some reflecting. You and I have been doing some reflecting on, you know, just what we've accomplished and what we have planned moving forward. And I'm just excited, man. Very excited, not only to be here, but just for, you know, the rest of this year and just knocking things, like you said, checking things off the list.
Yeah. And I don't want to go too deep, but I know the listenership and the viewership, they're able to just tune in every Monday and Thursday and listen and view. They don't really know the machine behind everything. I'm taking a hat off. Or a pat on the back for both of us. I will say this might be the best quarter we've had in about a year, if not a year and a half, something like that. We didn't got the business this quarter.
Yeah, easy. I agree. I think probably, if I just had to guess, probably the best since the first quarter of 24.
Okay.
But probably...
That's what I mean, like a year and a half.
Yeah, but even probably like the best maybe since end of 2023, if we just keep it in the buck. But...
very focused.
Yeah, like you said, it's just being focused and the energy is just different and we just have a true direction. I feel like, you know, we kind of got clouded that last year and a half and just wasn't putting our foot down and making excuses for ourselves. Basically, I know for me, I was making a shit ton of excuses, so... just getting rid of that and locking back in and staying focused, like you said, man.
Same. Yeah, the behind the scenes business is a lot of it, but shout out to you guys, the listenership, the viewership, because I do think coming in and taking care of business every Thursday is a very, very big part of the energy. Thursday takes a lot away from us. And now that we're here every Thursday, like I can reflect on the Thursdays that we weren't here, and whether it was sick time or we didn't have enough news, I'm sure we were where we were relaxing or something like that because we didn't have a work day. But no, the energy is way better. Like for this entire podcast, getting in here on Monday and coming back on Thursday, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So one conversation I'll just mention that we had earlier before we started, we were just talking about the month of March. And I think this month had maybe like an extra like week or something. I forget, but we're basically just counting off the number of pods that we have for this month. And I think by the end of the month, we'll either be at like 7 or 8 or 9.
Right.
And we were just reflecting and saying like it's been a very long time since we've stacked that many amount of pods in 1 month.
Yes.
And so not only does this first quarter feel differently, but I'll just speak on March and all the things that we accomplished from March. You know, not only showing up, like you said, back to back every week, twice a week. We had your playlist come out.
Yeah, man. We
had a whole bunch of other collabs that we did for the pod's sake. So just a lot of momentum and just, you know, feeding the people. Like we always say, man, we're going to put this shit out there every day, whether you like it or not, whether you skip past it, whether you post it, comment, like, subscribe.
It's going to be in your face, though.
You're going to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be in your face, though.
You're going to see it, man. So that's what really excites me the most, like getting back to that and just falling in love with it again. I think that's really, for me, again, just speaking for myself, if I reflect on the last year and a half, I wouldn't say like I lost the love for it completely, but just like the process. Mm-hmm. So showing up to pod was nothing. I'm going to pod. But the behind the scenes process, the finding the information, doing the editing, listening, doing the studying, like I felt like I was falling out of love with that.
Yeah,
and
me too.
I'm getting back to that mode. I feel myself back in that mode to start out this year and quarter, and that's why I'm excited.
Okay. Yeah. I do feel like in years past, and we would even say it on the pod that, yo, I gotta leave here and listen or watch or read and take the steps that I need to take to come in here a better potter.
Yeah.
I'm back on that
For sure.
I never really just left it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, in every job you do for a while, once it becomes routine, you have to do things to stay excited.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah.
Yep. You said it perfectly, man. And just really understanding that it's a privilege, bro. Like the fact that you and I have this studio that we've built, this listenership, this fan base, this support that we've built over the years, like shit don't come easy. We were just talking about, a goal or a milestone that we have for the Instagram page specifically. Mm-hmm. And it's like when we get that, it's like, nigga, we did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we did it the right way.
Because we've been now that's the real deal. And we've been chasing that.
Right. Ain't no faking it. Like this shit real. Like, we put in the work for that.
Not a piece of our online presence is fake. Yeah. And not one bit of that.
At all.
So yeah, and I take pride in that.
For sure.
And when we hit the goals and the benchmarks that we want to hit, it's just gonna throw even more fuel into our fire.
Yep, no doubt, man, no doubt.
But do we have an intro that we wanted to talk, or did you have anything you wanted to talk?
No, I don't necessarily. I guess we can stop tooting our own horns a little bit. But,
you got plans for the weekend?
Yeah, I was about to say, March Madness comes back Friday, right? Or is it Thursday?
It might be today. Does it come back today?
Let's check. I need to really know that for sure. That's going to change up.
That's going to determine what this evening looks like.
Let's get that really quick.
Yes, it starts tomorrow. We got Texas, Purdue tomorrow. We got Iowa, Nebraska tomorrow. We got Arkansas, Arizona tomorrow. Tech, Alabama. No, that was already passed. But yeah, we've got stuff to look forward to today.
All right. So to answer your question, the next couple of days, at least Thursday and Friday, and probably Saturday as well, I do have a networking event I'm going to attend on Saturday, but I'm at the crib watching college basketball, it sounds like.
Yeah, actually, fuck all what we said. We won't be here on Sunday, guys. No, I'm kidding, guys. We'll be back for Monday. But
we're going to figure it out, though.
Oh, yeah.
The final, no, that's the Elite 8 on Sunday. Okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, we usually have a screen here that monitors like our video. Maybe it's college basketball.
Just maybe.
Yeah. But moving on, like you said, I don't really have plans for the weekend yet. I hope they don't drag me into Saturday school. If so, I'm going to find a way to graciously decline. Man, I just be going so much. I don't get sleep, and I'm coming off of spring break. Yo, I have my sleep schedule is the closest thing to insomnia. Like I don't have that.
Yeah.
But man, I might come home from work around 4:30 and fuck around and accidentally get a nap in, and then once I accidentally get that nap in. Bro, I might be up until 4 a.m, Cari.
Yeah, you sound like me.
And I have to be up at 6:30.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, pray for me.
Yeah, sometimes the naps really do just sneak up on you. It happened to me yesterday.
The thing is, when I was younger, I was really good at power naps. It may be the marijuana. I don't know. Yeah. It's see, growing up, like as a teenager, you hear that shit, kush coma. Like that thing exists. Yeah. I was really good at a power nap, set my timer, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, get up, ready to get.
I'm replenished.
Yeah, we're ready. Replenished is the word. Yeah. I'm ready to go for the day.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I will set my alarm for 30 minutes at 4:30. I wake up, bro. It's almost 7.
You didn't even hear the alarm?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. And the thing is, iPhone, that bitch been going off every 5 minutes for the last 2 hours. And then I'm getting up at 7 in the evening, thinking I'm gonna head back to sleep around 10. You're not going back to sleep around 10. You can spank that thing as many times as you want. Oh man, you're gonna have to watch some Family Guy or some shit.
Something, nigga.
But yeah, no, just been trying to get to sleep. But nevertheless, let's move forward. Are you ready to hit the pod right where we're supposed to on the music?
All right, let's do it.
Cari, I never thought that I would say this and believe it.
Okay.
I think we're on pace to get Kanye West's Bully on Friday for real.
For real. Okay.
And
tell me why you believe that.
Just as to preface before, the reason why I said that is because Ye is notorious for giving you a drop date or letting his team give you a drop date. You see the drop date, starts going around everywhere. The drop date comes, Kanye don't drop. That date is really just the beginning of Kanye's rollout, usually. And then he'll go on it from there. But I believe this at this point because we had that January 31st drop date that was supposed to happen that they washed, and then they came back and they were like, you know what? Bully 3/27 or 3 whatever Friday is, I believe it's 27.
Yeah.
You see the 2 SoFi shows that are set up for next week. He has a listening party or listening experience concert in Korea, I believe, tomorrow night. There's been an entire debacle argument because Kanye's Kanye, and you're going to hear his leaks before the actual album comes out. There have been Bully leaks going around for 1.5 to 2 years. His fan base, more specifically his younger fan base, they have been very critical in identifying the AI vocals on his songs. And the huge narrative that's surrounding this album right now is, will Kanye's vocals be on the album? Will Kanye's vocals be on the album? Will Kanye's vocals be on the album?
Yeah. I have been seeing that.
Kanye let everybody know on Wednesday evening. He returned to Twitter. I think that's the first tweet you've seen from him in quite some time. He said, Bully on the way, no AI. And he gave you a whole track list. I think you get that album on Friday, Cari.
Yeah, I think at this point, I can agree with that. I think this isn't a situation like you started with where you have a date that's just thrown out there and maybe a label confirms it, maybe somebody close to Kanye confirms it. But at those times, you never really got any confirmation from Ye until usually the day of, right? And typically the day of, like you mentioned, it wouldn't even be the album. It would be, well, here's what I'm doing next, or this is why you didn't get the album. But in this case with Bully, all of the lead up, I do think we get this album Friday as well. You and I were talking maybe the last time we were here when we linked up for the pod, but you were showing me how he's back on like Apple Music platforms and Spotify platforms. And you remember the pre-sale link, he was already breaking records for that.
Yep.
The vinyl sales were already being sent out. And that kind of brought up the conversations as well, why people were, having the debate about AI or not, because I believe the vinyl that's already been sent out
was AI. Yes.
Was AI.
Yes.
Right. So there's been some confusion there. So yeah, I mean, this is what Kanye wants. He wants us to talk. He wants to stir up, whether it's controversy or not. But I think in this time, I think it is truly to release the album on time. But we are still 24 to 48 hours before. Things can change, right? But all jokes aside, I really do think you get Bully on 3/27.
I also think, and there's another indicator for this, I also think Kanye is well aware in this instance, everybody's done with me bullshitting. I can't bullshit them this time. Now maybe we're wrong, and Kanye is still that motherfucker, and he bullshits us.
Yeah.
But I truly think not only him but Gamma behind him that's trying to get this album out is on some. Hey, look, they know you for being this guy, for kind of fucking them on release day, not dropping the album. You have no room right now to not please anyone. You're gonna get this out on the scheduled release date, and the indicator for me that he also has no more room for that bullshit is, Kanye, you're gonna shut the fuck up this whole rollout. That's been the biggest indicator for me that, oh shit, he might really be on the way. Like, he's been promoting the album, but unlike Dropout, unlike Late Registration, Graduation, 808s, My Beautiful, Yeezus, Pablo, Donda, anything in between, Kanye hasn't said a fucking word this whole rollout. And usually a day out, Cari, oh my God, he would cuss Wiz Khalifa out by now.
KK.
Yeah, told niggas that fuck being black, a whole lot of, put a red hat on. I think they've been very intentional about keeping, even with the interviews that they were doing for this rollout, being interview, like email only interview or written only interview. Mm-hmm. They've been very cautious about protecting his words, protecting his narrative, protecting his face, his mannerisms, how he carries himself. You haven't even heard this nigga's voice. So much so that I was like, damn, hope they can Jamie Foxx, Martin Lawrence this nigga. And like, they just getting his album out and like, he really not there like that anymore, because you know you got to watch that type of shit with Kanye.
Yeah.
But no, they've done a very good job of a hush hush. Once this shit comes out, you can have it back. He also has a new track with Travis Scott releasing tomorrow.
Yeah, was it called Father or something?
Something like that. I saw it's attached to an Apple Beats commercial. So like they're already trying to bring him back big on big. Apple Music has already reinstated his Kanye West Essentials playlist. They took it off when he got through that whole thing. They've put Bully, like he wasn't getting like major trying to think of the word. He wasn't
placement.
He wasn't getting major placement when he put his album out. They wouldn't put it on the front page. He's either right now number 1 or number 2 sitting on the new music page right now.
Yeah.
All roads at this point lead to Kanye West actually releasing this album this week.
Yeah, like I said, all of those things are important. They matter. And I think as far as if we're looking at this just from a perspective of an image being restored, I won't say Kanye's there fully, but he's closer than he was a year or 2 years ago, right?
Absolutely.
As you can see why you get placement on Apple Music, charts, playlists, Spotify, like I mentioned earlier, breaking the records for the pre-sale link.
Yep.
All of these things, right? Even I think if he wants to sell merch or pub the album, even in a different way, a way that we're more accustomed to, where he's loud, where he's making noise, I think that's something that's still on the table as well. But I do applaud, whether it's Kanye or if we need to applaud Gamma or who's ever around the guy today, I think we do need to applaud the fact that he has been quiet and hasn't been in our face and hasn't been loud and hasn't been causing a stir and hasn't been causing controversy, because it's allowed us to just focus on the music and really just, for me at least, not really have too much of an expectation on what the album is supposed to be, right? I know as a fan, of course, I want it to be good, but I'm really approaching this album with open ears, you know what I mean? And really just accepting whatever it is that we get here with Kanye, because again, this is a different era, different sound, AI or not. Like, I'm just going to press play and just be open. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. But again, I'm more wanting to just look at the positives here. And I think, again, whether it's him that's truly being the one that's making the decision on his own, I think we do need to applaud the fact that the guy at least approached this rollout and this welcoming of the new Bully era in a positive way now. It didn't start positive, but we got to a more positive way. And you just got to applaud that, man, because it was ugly for bro.
Yes, crazy. He was a Nazi last year.
That's why I said, like, Bully didn't start well at all.
Like, I don't know if y'all heard my sentence.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was a Nazi last year.
not even 12 months ago.
Yeah, like, and I'm not even gonna give him the neo word. I'm gonna give him old school,
Right.
like Hitler Nazi.
Bro, that's crazy. I'm sorry, how long? Yeah, we do gotta stop.
Yeah, like that is reckless.
Yeah.
Like coming from a nigga that had a line that said, "I hate these niggas more than the Nazis."
Yeah, that's crazy.
Honestly, we should have been listening to him then. Like, I was like, "Oh, you don't hate them that much?"
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
When they get on, they leave your ass for a white girl.
Well, clearly,
I thought about that line the other day.
He's been on for quite some time. He's been on for a long
I
time.
don't know why, but like a few days ago, that line just came to me, and I thought about Ye, and I was like, "Damn, you did exactly what you said not to do in the line."
You wouldn't drop everything in your girl right now for Bianca Sensori?
Hell no.
Nah, no. Nah, no. I'm just bullshitting.
Nah, I'm good on her.
This is also a little joke. I just want to hear how this goes. Give me a 0 to 100%, like probability of Jay-Z being on Kanye's album. Give me statistics and probability on Jay-Z being on Kanye's album.
On this one,
Yeah.
point
Oh fuck. He's giving us a fresh 0, y'all.
0.0000001, nigga. There's
Okay.
no chance.
Okay, maybe it's like one of those like voice messages like, "Hey, yay."
Nah, bro.
Okay.
Nah, that was Donda. You get Travis Scott here, right? I do think. Let's talk that though.
They said you're getting Travis Scott, you're getting Peso Pluma.
Yeah, I did see that.
There's somebody else I can't remember. They said was on this project. I don't know, Candace Owens or some shit.
Hell nah.
Some fucking body he knows.
Yeah, we'll see though, man.
Yeah, I don't have any expectations coming off of Vultures 2 or Donda 2.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly want to forget both of those projects ever happened and just start his career back with like Donda and then here.
Yeah, we're looking at about 17, 18 songs from this track list that Ye posted on Wednesday afternoon. And yeah, like you said, I already said it, but truly, just again for the record, not really coming into this with any expectations. Just really coming to listen, open ears, and hoping that it's good. Where I just take the songs and I can sit with them, just like how Donda made me feel. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting it obviously to be at that level, but if it is, I would be so happy.
He's been working on it for a while, so
Yeah.
not to say it would be at that level, but hopefully it's somewhere near that.
Hopefully, man, and hopefully we figure out this whole AI, no AI. Like, I mean,
He said it.
Come on, Ye.
He said it. No AI.
We need your real vocals, bro. Like, let's cut the shit.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and bring it back right now, guys. Friday, we're going to be listening to a genius.
Oh, fuck.
A genius. Yeah, I was, yeah. Well, wait, no, I don't know what he about to do, y'all. Oh, no, don't. I was playing a track to my girl, and it was a Ye track. And I'm sitting there, and I don't know why that word popped into my brain. Like, who else, when you say the word genius talking about music, like, are we thinking about? Like, you're naming Mike, Stevie, or Kanye. And honestly, I didn't hear them call those other niggas genius much. I'm lying. I heard it about Stevie a lot. But yeah, I was playing the track and the word popped in my head and I was like, baby, this nigga a genius. Like, she was like, what?
She was like, what?
I was like, Kanye is a fucking genius. He's a genius. I'm back on that, Corey. And I'm finna run around the city getting everybody else back on it.
I was about to say, you by yourself right
with
now.
a J. JEEN-yes.
You by yourself, brother. All love and respect to the guy. But I mean, I'm not on that bandwagon or wave just yet, but I do respect him. Have always respected him. Will always be one of my favorites. But,
you not no genius?
I mean, he's always going to be a musical genius.
There it is.
I'm not on the boat of calling him that right now.
You heard it here first from Cari.
I'll never say that he's not. We all know that.
Okay, I mean, I just thought you was, you know.
And I just watched the doc again like 2 months ago when I got back.
I'm watching that shit tonight.
Yeah, when I got back from Chicago, that was the first thing I watched.
I already told you about my sleep schedule. I'm gonna watch that whole thing.
All 3
I'm
episodes.
gonna watch the whole fucking thing. Oh man, because I told y'all the other thing won't work. Oh man. But Bully on the way.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully. Yeah. Which makes, honestly, in my head, anybody else releasing a pretty bad idea, but Stove God Cooks is on his Born Sinner J. Cole shit, Cari. You know what? Fuck him. And this is the thing. Stove God knew this release date was here. Him and Swiss was like, you know what? Fuck that. Swiss don't like it, though. Yeah, it's up there. But Stove God Cooks, Swiss Beats, all this for me. That album is headed out on Friday, the 27th as well. We talked this album a couple of weeks ago. We talked about how he kind of pulled a switcheroo on us, put one of his albums, Goat Stamp, on the shelf.
Yeah.
Kind of hit us with a redirection, gave us a totally new project. And I'm glad we weren't the only ones to notice that, Cari. I saw a lot of blogs posting Stove God Cook's album, and I was like, you know what? We've already done the pod. I'm interested in seeing if everybody feels the way we feel. Mm-hmm. And whether it was about the entire album or specifically the song Goat Stamp, they were like, damn, you gonna let the Goat Stamp single like take you away from a whole album? They were like, man, like they talked shit about one song, you gonna shelf the whole album? That was all I saw in the comment section as it pertained to Stove God Cooks. Nothing really on the, man, we can't wait to hear it. Oh, Swiss always on his shit. But, you know, I'll give that to Swiss. I was hoping it was Ghost Stamp, but Swiss never really misses like producing on a tape. But yeah, the comment sections were flooded with where the fuck is Ghost Stamp.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, we got this one though.
Yeah, 12 tracks coming, like you said, exclusively produced, Swiss Beats, Stove God. Still expecting it to be good, like we said before. Not gonna reiterate that, but I think it's warranted, and I think everybody has a right. Those people that were maybe disappointed or felt like they were let down. Stove God, like I said, bro, it's been 5-6 years since he had a solo album. You think about the wave that the whole team caught within that last 5 years, but more specifically the last year, like you said, the whole promo of the album, the leading single.
Last year was his year out of Griselda. It was
all this momentum, bro. We were super excited, only to then come 2 months ago or a month ago, you hit us with this. It was like you said, it was like switcheroos. Like we just got knocked out. And I think we just weren't expecting it. So yeah, there's gonna be an initial letdown. And I think the fans and everybody who was upset, you have a right to be upset. We were upset. But still looking forward to the tape, man. I do still think and expect this to be good. Not disrespecting Swiss Beats, not disrespecting Stove. I'm pretty sure this is going to have a great chemistry.
I second that.
But it's just not the album that we were looking forward to, and that's fine. I do still think hopefully we get Ghost Stamp sometime this year. You got to just think that, right? The momentum that he had last year, bro, to just let that die. Now, I will say this. I didn't have the thought that we would never get that album. But just like when you were talking and there were people saying like, why would he shelve it? Why would he? I started to think like, nigga, what if he does shelve Ghost Stamp?
No, he can't.
That would be horrible.
He can't do that.
That would be horrible. So that's what I'm saying. You have to drop this and still drop that album.
You have to.
Year.
You have previewed some of the greatest songs we've ever fucking heard that have not hit the DSPs yet. Like, I mean that shit.
Yeah, that shit sounded good. The leaks that we heard for sure.
Oh my gosh. I want to take a step back just for a second. You were talking about the wave they caught, and outside of just Stove God, holy shit. Like back in the 2018, 19, going into 20, we were talking about how big Griselda was becoming and have become. But this might be another homegrown record label that you have to start taking your hat off for really, really, really putting niggas on. Like I'm not saying it to the CMG point where they're just making commercial powerhouses because they don't make commercial music. Mm-hmm. But if you can think about 2018, 19, Benny the Butcher became a fucking star. Powerhouse. And then you think about 19, 20, 21-ish, you get to see Conway the Machine start to take control as who's known as the better or more versatile rapper in the group. Then you get to 23, 24, 25, and you start to see West Side Gun's production just start to infect the whole rap industry. Like everybody's wanting a piece of that shit. Yep. Even the best of the best producers want to get in on what he's got going on. Then you get into, all while this is going on, during the 23, 24, 25-ish era, you start to see Boldy heat the fuck up. You start to see like Derringer, Mac, heat the fuck up. The BSF crew, like the Ransoms, those guys just heating up. Yep. And all the way until here, and you got Stove God Cooks in 2025 bubbling. Like 2025 Stove God Cooks is like 2017, 18 Benny. Like not like as popular, but everybody is respecting that pen on that level. He's
bubbling, like you said.
He's there.
Yeah.
They've done a really, really good job of staying out there, staying consistent, and continuing to promote almost like a Dreamville, like the new era of the crew. Like we got the old guys on now. And I mean, I wasn't going to say the old guys, but Griselda are old guys. And then, all right, let's get the new guys on. And the new guys. And the new guys.
Yeah. And still doing it their way, even though they had sort of a label back. And I know they started with Shady, right?
Yeah, well, a couple of them. I don't know if the whole Griselda label was over there, but I know Conway's shit for sure was with Shady for a while.
And I think Benny has some early Shady affiliations too. Maybe not, but then you have the whole what is just Griselda. Then Rock Nation comes into picture. So yeah, just the growth. I mean, I'm just saying, and I agree with that. Like it's not really accustomed that we see labels start like that and still like see it all the way through, because eventually like somebody may get big and leave, or this may happen. Money may be crazy. We start doing audits, and although there have been, disagreements along the way, that's gonna happen.
Them niggas hate each other.
They've still figured out a way to, at least from the outside looking in, make it still seem that it's cohesive. And that's something that I gotta always tip my hat to. Even if there are disagreements, maybe we never get everybody all on the same tape ever again. All those things that we wish and talk about, that's fine. But you still cannot like move on if we're talking about the 2018, 17 all the way up until now and not mention this label as being a powerhouse and being somebody who has not only restored the true feeling of hip hop, but also created their own sound and lane for the fans of this generation. And that's not easy to do.
I 100% agree with you. 7 years later, can we agree them niggas don't like each other no more? Like they haven't dropped an album together in 7 years. And we can say like, oh, we got labels and life's moving fast. I'm promoting BSF.
Yeah, they never tell you.
I'm doing Fourth Ring over here. I'm doing all these productions. Yeah, like, and you niggas haven't gotten together in 7 years to do what we know you for.
Yeah, there may be something there.
And this is the thing. This is the thing that is really the kicker for me, Cari. Each one of them niggas makes 96 songs a year. Every single one of those three makes 112 tracks a year.
Benny started to chill.
Benny did start to chill.
But yeah.
He got big. He got so big that I think he was forced to chill.
Yeah.
But each one of these niggas make 213 songs. I'm gonna keep going up every time.
I'm gonna say the number.
I'm gonna keep fucking rating it. So you're not gonna tell me that they don't have the time to get in the booth together, man. Like you can't tell me that all y'all stay in the booth.
It's really just Benny and Conway or West Side. Like everybody else does. So I'm even looking here. Stove God already said West Side and Pusha T are the only features. So it's always just Benny and whoever not on the song.
I was going to say that, and I don't know where that does, like, what happened where or what's what. It does seem as though when the conflict comes and somebody can't make it or somebody has to stay back, it is Benny.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and this is the same courtesy I gave to Offset. Like, you're the best. Nigga, diva in it. Like, you're a diva, okay? And he probably knows he's the best.
Maybe I was going to say maybe that's how he acted, and maybe West Side or Conway don't fuck with it.
Why you think Freddie don't like that nigga no more?
Yeah, that's different though.
Hey Freddie, I'm never letting you forget. They put a plunger on your bitch and beat her fucking doonies with it.
And I fuck with Freddie. Tough, bro, but that's crazy. I know he hates that.
I know, but that's the thing. Like, Cari, imagine thinking you had a good girl.
I know.
You wife her, you have a baby, bruh. And then everything just turns left. Shit goes sideways. You look up one day, this bitch got a plunger. Your bitch blonde or bald with a plunger on her head. And niggas are using that as leverage.
Facts to get your rap career.
They're literally I meant with her. Like,
okay. Oh, leverage.
Yeah, they're using this plunger as traction. Like, this nigga's not wearing socks because he has the plunger on her head. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Bro, the day that shit was on my TL was a day I'll never forget. Like, it's some things, right? I love that we're here, by the way, because there's some things in life that you see for the first time ever, and you'll just never forget.
Yeah,
that was one of those days for me, bro. I'm just happily just scrolling down my TL, just a normal day, maybe like a Tuesday. I don't remember the day, bro. I come across the video.
I can see it in my head right now
of this woman with a plunger.
Suction cup.
I'm talking about nigga stuck to her bald ass.
Like,
it's like it was super glued.
And this guy's literally
plunging her,
yanking it while he's doing the plunging.
I'm like, bro, this can't be real. Nah, bro. Some of y'all holding this to the max.
He's getting more balance with this thing.
Bro, like
he's hit peak balance.
That shit was crazy. Just freely on the TL, bro.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, Elon, you gotta clean this place up.
Like, I didn't search for that.
We used to call Twitter a cesspool before Elon had it. Right. This is a septic tank. Yeah. Fuck cesspool. Like, we have reached lower than cesspool. Oh man. You remember the Simpsons movie? Where they had that, like, did you watch the Simpsons movie?
Yeah, but I don't remember.
Okay, I was gonna say they had that whole like EPA thing with the water and everything got contaminated.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's Twitter now. But all of that to say, Stove Got Cooks is coming out tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Swiss Beats,
and we're looking forward to it.
All this for me. 12 tracks.
Oh man, I think that wraps the music section of this thing.
All right.
Are you ready to get into the news?
Let's do it, bro.
All right, Cari. We're going to start with the tough stuff so we can laugh the rest of this fucking podcast.
All right.
I don't even know how to say this guy's name. It was reported to us yesterday, Wednesday morning, that the owner and founder of OnlyFans, Leonid Ravinsky, has passed away at the age of 43 after a battle of cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, he was battling with cancer that I'm sure the higher ups injected into him.
Yeah, because when I first seen it, they hadn't announced it yet.
Yeah, and I only said that part because anytime a sex worker or like porn star dies or like the CEO of something passes away, Twitter wants to make it a conspiracy. And I'm a conspiracy guy, so it's not that I'm not here for the conspiracy. I just haven't fully tapped into this one, but I am well aware that over the last 10 years, people attached to the porn industry just been dropping like fucking flies. Really? That I have paid attention to. Mostly because it's on Twitter.
Yeah. I haven't followed it too close. And even with this one, like you said, I didn't catch it, the reason at first. All I saw was just, he passed away. But immediately I started to think like, all right, how did the guy pass away?
Yep.
You know what I mean? I was like, let me wait and see what happens. I didn't research it myself. But yeah, with somebody as high profile in the environments that he's in.
And young.
You can only imagine that, like, yeah, maybe somebody wanted to have this certain individual taken out for XYZ, right? So, yeah, initially I did have those thoughts.
I mean, it's not that I don't have those thoughts still, because, I mean, we can label to death anything. But you want to lead or side with what a coroner or, like, an actual medical examination says. I mean, and if they said that he died after like complications with cancer, like that's what I want to roll with. But I haven't double checked, but I know how much revenue OnlyFans has been bringing in these last 5 to 7 years.
Shit ton. He was making like close to $1 billion a year.
I was gonna say that nigga is rolling,
and just dividends. I think they were saying he was making like $700K. I mean, not $700K. I'm sorry, like $700 million. But
a $4.7 billion net worth at the time of death, Cari.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
God, super paid. Damn.
Which again,
off pussy.
Initially, you have those thoughts, but even regardless if it's not that, right? Let's just say, okay, yeah, maybe he did pass away from just the complications from cancer. This is still a shocking death for this company. And no, I don't think OnlyFans goes under, right? It's too much of a successful company now at this point. But with the head of chain now changing and it being somebody else, this is something to keep your eyes on to see what direction the company now goes in. He's the founder and CEO. He started this shit right himself.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me just double check because I've got his stuff open right now.
If he is founder, right? OnlyFans probably is going to move in a different direction as far as like how they market, how they publicize the brand.
He bought a 75% stake in it first, but he does come from that realm. Like one of his first companies was called My Free Cams. It was an adult streaming website. So he's got skin in this business.
The boy freaky.
Yeah, he got skin in the game.
Okay. But yeah. Again, I don't really have too much on this or thoughts, but I do just wanted to say that like moving forward, just keep your eyes on, the changes that you may see come from this company now that their founder CEO has passed away.
I don't want to say what I hope happens to this company because it's negative for the company, but I think it would be positive for the world. This fucking company's got to go under, Cari. Like, I know it's not because, like we said, like it's generating billions a year.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, I thought the porn we watched as teenagers and shit was leading us astray. Nigga, they are on that site doing ungodly things.
And charging for it.
Brother, like, I wish I could pop, like, an example of something that I've seen on Twitter, like, that I can, like, give an example. Cari, all right, here's one. And I'm sorry.
Like
I'm sorry I have...
Putting a plunger on their head.
It's worse. And I have to say this, guys, and I want y'all to know, on my Lord Jesus Christ, this stuff makes me disgusted. I would absolutely never, like, not even view it. There are people that pay to watch women shit.
Come on, bro.
No, I'm just saying because I've been on Twitter and I'm like, oh no, not that one. Oh no. Oh, I'm soft.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Come on, man.
Like, yeah, no, like really vile things that we gotta stop, dude. And the worst part about it's not the women that are taking care of business. It's the people that are keeping their business afront. Like, I'm not gonna say we, as in like me and you, but I mean like as a people, we're disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Find God.
As a species.
Yeah, shout out Ye. Find God. Because this is crazy. I'm gonna delete my OnlyFans tonight. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. I don't have one.
I'm gonna subscribe.
Yeah. Don't leave me. But I don't have more for the guy. I didn't know him before today. I honestly
43 is super young.
43 is young.
But yeah, I didn't know his name before this came.
I need to know what kind of cancer this was. No, I'm not doing that, Corey. I'm not jacking that.
They say.
Ravinsky died in Florida on March 20th at the age of 43 following a long period of cancer previously kept secret. OnlyFans released a statement announcing his death, saying they were deeply sad. There's nothing else on that.
It's fresh.
I don't want to hear that bullshit.
They ain't even got the death certificate yet, cuz.
No, they've got it. No, they've got it, brother. What kind of
that house still fresh.
Yeah, they said they don't know what kind of cancer he had, but speculate it was prostate cancer.
Early screening matters.
See, that's the other thing. Like, Corey, I don't know how much of that shit I'm buying. Like, God, forgive me. Prostate cancer is pretty curable.
Nah, it depends.
It does depend.
Yeah, it depends.
Shout out my Uncle Larry. He in remission right now. I shouldn't have. Oh my God. I shouldn't have put that out there right now. But holy shit. God, I hope you don't get this far into the podcast. Oh my God. Shout out Uncle Larry, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I got two, so like nobody knows which one it was. And I'm not telling. You ready to move on though?
Yeah.
All right. Let's stay. We're not going to stay in anything actually. The U.S. a U.S. jury finds Meta, aka Facebook, and YouTube liable for a woman's childhood social media addiction. They're calling this a landmark trial, Cari.
Yeah, this one's crazy.
Is this going to really be like some sort of start of something new and big? Because they were able to find Meta and YouTube guilty for causing social media addiction?
I think it is something that you at least have to entertain for the moment, because this one being the first, the award being so high, we're going to get into details here in just a second. But yeah, I definitely think this puts these companies on alert if it doesn't do anything else. But moving forward, I do find it hard for these type of cases and these type of rulings to continue to not be in favor of these big companies.
Once we've already proved it right here.
They're going to figure out a way to start reversing these trends, in my opinion. But just focusing on what we have here, yes, I think this is something that it's very alarming.
Can you go more into like the
I got you
awards, all that stuff? Because I heard about it and read a bit, but I did not see all of it.
All right. So just to give a little background here, this is from CNN, I believe, or the New York Times, one of those. But it says a California jury has found Meta and YouTube liable on all counts in a landmark case that accused the tech giants of intentionally addicting a young woman and injuring her mental health. Meta and YouTube were negligent in the design of their platforms, knew their design was dangerous, failed to warn of those risks, and caused substantial harm to the plaintiff, the jury found. They're saying this decision could set a precedent for hundreds of similar cases and lead to major changes on how social media platforms operate, especially for young users, as well as millions, even billions in losses for the tech companies. And then more specifically here, the jury, where is it? Oh, they ordered the companies pay a total of $3 million in compensatory damages. And they also recommended that YouTube pay an additional $900,000 in punitive damages, according to the Google spokesperson, and 2.1 million in punitive damages from Meta. So in total here, we're looking at about $6 million that this young woman and her family are not being paid.
That's crazy when she could have just turned her phone off. I'm sorry.
No. Please, let's talk about it.
I do like this. There's good and there's bad. Not bad, but there's things I like and things that I don't necessarily care for. I do like the fact that there's being justice served, because they do design those apps for you to do nothing but doom scroll. And is the intent for you to be depressed? I don't know, but I know or to affect your mental health. I don't know, but I do know the intent is for you to scroll until you find something on that bitch you want to buy from them, whether it makes you sad 100 scrolls later or not, or makes you want to kill yourself 100 scrolls later or not. Or if you found something so funny or so dark or so compelling that you want to scroll 100 more times until you see it again. Mm-hmm. That part I can agree with. I am also old school enough to be like, damn, you really could have put the phone down. Now, I mean, I'm always gonna go get 6 million instead of just putting the phone down and not getting anything. But I do think it's gonna open the door for more coddling when it comes to social media in an era where you can just, or not in an era, in a time, and it's always been like this, where you could just log out, deactivate or delete your account, or just turn your phone off.
Yeah.
Which is what I would lean to do if I was in a time of trouble. I'm not going to let Meta or YouTube get the fucking best of me until I'm mentally damaged. But do we know how old the girl was?
I think she's 20 now.
Okay.
But this is obviously...
She was young. She's young. She's still young.
Yeah, she's 20 now, but this is... Obviously, she's saying over the last however many years.
Yeah. So I mean...
This cause where she is now.
A young woman, developing brain still. I mean, you can see where that might end poorly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I still stand on what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm on the fence here as well. So starting out from initially what you started with and how these platforms and companies do design their websites to, make it addicting. They don't have parental controls on every aspect. There aren't age restrictions. There aren't age verifications. Algorithms are botted and truly curated and designed, like you said, to at least keep you on the app. Now, what you do with your time, what you buy with your time, what you navigate is all up to you. But the apps are constructed to keep you there. They'll be a damn fool. They're lying to you if they say that's not the design. Now, is that truly the platform's fault fully? No, it's not. I wouldn't say that. Is there some fault that is should be directed at them? Absolutely. But this shit starts at home, bro. Like, I hate to be that guy and try to, tell people how to parent for somebody who doesn't have children. But like, this was a young girl who had access to these sites.
Yep.
Who was, maybe, I don't know the upbringing, but let's just say the upbringing wasn't the best. Let's say maybe we didn't have that relationship with our parents or school teachers or counselors or other family members. That's why you need to be present. That's why we need to take these things and restrict things from children, because it can lead to things like this. So I see both sides, right? Obviously, I'm not going to side with the big company. If you can hit them for 6 million, hit them for 6 million. But like at the same time, moving forward, I don't know if you see a case like this again where the award is so high, because again, they're going to find a way to, not allow this to happen. But at the same time, like, I kind of see the companies where it's like, yo,
gotta change some shit.
It's like, how can you blame us?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For this, like, fully. How can we be fully liable?
You can't
for this.
You can't. Like the same thing you said, but like a parenting thing. We have screen time that you can set up, and when that shit is over, the screen will just go fucking black. Like, you can't scroll anymore. And like I said, we can just turn this shit off. Now, there are parts that I can agree with in them saying, like, fuck the damaging mental health. The just addicting part, I can give you that. Yeah. I can give you that because
same, any day.
We've got caught. I'm sure you have. Like, nigga, am I 40 scrolls in on Reels, nigga?
Boy, sometimes I be deep and some shit. I'm like, bro, how did I get here?
67 scrolls in?
67.
But you can't put all of this on it. And like I said, this is gonna fuel a new generation that already is nuts and entitled over this shit.
I was about to say that already lacks accountability.
Yeah, that's a better way to say it. That lacks accountability. You just gave them another scapegoat to hide behind.
Exactly. And that's my fear. Not saying that I don't think mental health is an important conversation and that these things are truly happening and that there are truly effects negatively on social media on young kids' lives, whether it be suicidal thoughts, whether it be bullying and harming others, or whether it be things like this related to mental health. Yes, I believe those things are true. But at the same time, right, how can you fully blame
you can't
the tech companies for that?
You can't, and I got some more information on why exactly you can't and why you should be blaming her fucking parents that this girl started using YouTube at 6 and Instagram at 9.
Damn, bro.
Why are we blaming these niggas?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
It says by age 10, she was already dealing with depression and self-harm due to social media.
Damn, bro. Like, I really feel for the kid.
I do too.
But at the same time, like, that's the parent.
My nigga,
bro.
take her phone. Take her phone.
I feel for her. I swear I do.
Like, I hate to make it sound like a punishment because other people were doing bad things to her, but like, put the restrictions on the goddamn phone. Y'all remember them little fucking Firefly phones growing up that only let you call and text your parents? Yeah. That's what the hell an 8 or 9-year-old is needing. We don't need access. I mean, I get kids love YouTube nowadays. Like, they fucking love it. But they also have a YouTube Kids section. Her ass was clearly not on YouTube Kids.
No, not at all, bro. Let me read a little bit more here as well. They're calling her Kaylee, not saying her last name. They don't have it.
Okay.
But they said her claims relate to incidents that took place while she was a minor, like we mentioned, because she's 20 now. Described in court how her addiction continues to disrupt her adult life. So this is where I start to have an issue. Described in court how her addiction continues to disrupt her adult life, making her feel compelled to sneak out of work to scroll and spend long hours trying to manipulate her appearance using filters on the app.
No way. No way. So,
come on. Like, how far do we stretch the mental health to, okay, let's take some accountability for a 20-year-old adult to, okay, is she really having a mental health problem, or like, does she need to go talk to somebody? Like, when do we have that? Like, where's the bar where it's that? And it's not just, okay, like, we're not taking responsibility and accountability for our own actions. Like, where do we draw the line? Because again, I'm an advocate for mental health. I know you are too. I'm not trying to lessen that. But like, where do we draw the line where it's like, hey.
Right here. She's fucking crazy, Cari.
Like, hey, bro.
We're drawing the line.
You know?
Cari,
like,
where do you draw the line? In the sand right goddamn here. And like you said, I'm a huge advocate for mental health. And of course, a lot of this is jokes.
Yeah.
And she does need to seek some sort of help rather than a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Cari, something is wrong if you are leaving shifts at work to take pictures.
Yep, to manipulate your appearance. Like, that's weird, bro. That's how I know it's, like you said, there's a bigger problem. There's something actually wrong with her that, yes, you can maybe attest because you've been using these apps since you were 5 or 9.
Probably self-esteem as well.
Exactly.
Those filters been making her look prettier than she thought she was forever.
Right? Maybe you were bullied, maybe whatever. But all I'm saying, bro, just putting the blame fully on a platform that you're not forced to use.
Yeah, that's not right.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no contract that's saying you have to use these apps. Get off the apps, get off the phone. Like you said, seek help. These are all things that I think we should just start with first before we run to suing these companies, because it's not going to always end like this. I'm saying this in favor of the people.
Yeah.
Because you think you see somebody win 6 million now, you think you can go win 6 million. It's not gonna happen.
And that was pennies to them, and they still didn't want to give it up.
Exactly.
The next time this shit happens, their ducks are going to be in a row. They already know at this point how we lost this case.
Yep.
Never again.
Yep.
Now, unless you start getting these lawsuits in right now, before we start changing like terms and agreements and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, they already didn't win and changed it.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, I'm sure like that shit's changed already.
Whatever that they needed to rewrite in the terms and agreements or whatever. Oh yeah.
That's done.
Yeah, they got to that.
It's done. But yeah, I don't want to stay here too long. I did want to highlight that though. And I'm glad you had way more information on the situation because well, we got to do a real deep dive for the listeners and viewership right there.
That was good.
I came out with more information on that than I had. But moving on, we're going to stay in the social space. Open AI, associated with shit like Sora, ChatGPT, Codex, that whole thing. OpenAI is shutting down Sora.
Crazy.
Yeah, it just opened sometime last year or in late 24, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
But Sora, as soon as it came out, it was a huge privacy and security risk immediately. You were able to start taking real life videos of other people, and you were able to start doing pretty much anything you wanted with someone else's face or like IP, basically, or actual physical property. Like you could take their whole body, their voice, and redo everything. We had even gotten to the point where sometime last year, Disney had signed an entire deal with Sora. I don't know if you remember because we talked about it on the pod.
Yep.
They were going to be able to make, or we ourselves, I think, we're going to be able to make videos with Disney characters and submit them to Disney, and they might play it as like a short movie or a short video on Disney Plus.
Remember, we questioned like how it would actually function.
Yeah. I was like, this is going to have to be a swiping reels type of thing or TikTok type of thing for the Disney Plus application.
Yeah.
Disney has canceled their I believe $1 billion deal with Sora and OpenAI. And if you ask me, even though I said one thing first and then I said the Disney thing following, I think if you flip that around, you can see why Sora's going out.
Tell me more.
I'm not 150% sure of what costs what, how much they were making, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But both Sora and ChatGPT, Codex, all that stuff have free options until you reach a certain amount. And even then, you can just open a new browser and start the shit all over again.
Yep.
There probably were not a lot of paid customers for this. So much so that signing this deal between OpenAI and Disney, in my eyes, and this is not face value, this isn't fact, I'm just telling you guys what I'm thinking. When they inked that deal together, it was a big financial promise from Disney's end that was going to satisfy Sora.
Yeah.
Now that we're pulled out of this deal, nigga, we can't even stay open. We don't have the money to stay open without this deal. We've already planned out and projected what the next 5 years looks like on Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. We don't have a plan B for this shit, y'all.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely correct. I was reading a little bit more, and that's part of it as far as like what caused all of this. I'll actually read that. It says what went wrong. Sora was unveiled in 2024 to huge interest around the world due to the high quality of its AI-generated videos. But there were questions about or questions around how much money could be made from the tool. Yeah. Going back to what you said, right? And so it says here, since the platform's launch, Sora made $1.4 million in global in-app revenues compared
only $1 million?
Compared to $1.9 billion over the same period for ChatGPT.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I have a paid subscription with ChatGPT. I mean, you run out of pictures. Like, oh, you only have 3 more messages. This chat, like, I got to the point where I was like, you know what? This is something I'm going to use every single day.
Yep.
Let's up this. It's not the same with Sora unless you're some sort of content creator.
Yep. And it saves all your, searches and everything. It's really neat.
You can go right back to anything. Yeah, like and it'll pull up the entire chat log. You can message them again, and they'll start messaging back like y'all had that conversation 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's legit. I ain't gonna lie. I've used that feature.
Yeah,
save searches or save chats, and it just picks up right where you left off.
Absolutely,
like, nigga, that shit's amazing.
It's amazing.
But one more thing here, I think this kind of ties it into what you started with earlier. Not only were the costs and revenue something that you have to look at here, but it also mentions that the platform struggled to prevent the creation of non-consensual imagery and realistic information, not to mention major copyright infringement.
Yeah, I can't remember. At a certain point, I think the Obamas were like, you can't use us on this anymore. There was a really big one. I can't remember who it was. They just kept making shit over and over and over with them.
It was MLK.
MLK.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
His family came out and
they opened something and they were like, all right, there are no more MLK images that can be used. We just started to take history and tried to rewrite it with this shit. And in a short period of time, they started to make ground on rewriting shit. Like, I don't want to see MLK sipping lean, smoking a fucking black with Malcolm X. I want to see this. But
wow.
Yeah, I mean, there were some pluses to it. Like I said, on the content creation side, if you got the right idea, like say to us, we've got promo videos, stuff in mind that maybe we don't have the budget for, or don't have the cast for, and we think we can put this together on Sora and it makes sense. Yes. But no, it got malicious. Just a side note from this. Cari, did you see that like Sora AI movie that Takeoff and Quavo are in?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I saw something the other day that was basically like, here's a look at Takeoff's last appearance in a movie. Oh man.
Yeah, that's not good.
Cari, I don't know what went on. This is the most AI movie like I've ever seen in my life. Like you can tell the entire thing was made basically on Sora. But I don't want to keep it here. I was just saying that because I didn't know if you had seen it. Here's I'm showing it to Cari as we speak. Here's Quavo, but I'm just moving the screen like to the full screen so you can see literally every portion of this movie he's in.
Wow.
His AI.
Yeah, it's crazy. They look just like him. There's another one, I can't remember the name, but it's a different variation or form of AI that they're using, like in China, where, bro, it's so real, where it's starting to cause the conversation where it's like, okay, if you're Warner Brothers or these big movie production companies, how far are we gonna go with this shit? Are we gonna use it because it's there and you don't necessarily have to pay? This is why this is a huge problem, because you don't have to pay the actors. You can just put them in the movie,
and and
it looked just like them.
The thing about that is. And man, this is where life gets scary.
Yeah,
Cari.
bro. Name and likeness.
You don't have to pay actors anymore.
Yep.
And the same thing is, I've seen this idea before, like someone talk about this. We can literally start AI kids and age these niggas into movie stars.
Bro, that's so sick.
And you're going to grow up knowing these niggas from TV shows and movies.
Bro, that's
playing
nasty.
Different characters, Cari.
I'm saying sick in a nasty way, Paul. This is nasty.
And it's not even a real person. So say you had a child, he might know this nigga from 0 all the way up to being an adult. And the nigga's not even real. He's seen him playing 45 different movies. He was on one of his favorite TV shows. And yeah, Cari, honestly.
And it's not a fictional character. It's somebody that's aging. That's the part where it's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because we had characters that we grew up in love, right? Superheroes, things like that. It's somebody that's physically aging, and it's supposed to be the same person. We didn't just go get a new person to play this role or play this character.
Then we're gonna age him.
We're gonna age somebody that's not even real, bro. That shit is spooky.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a real thought in 2026,
and it's a real thing that's probably going to happen, right? It's not even like a thought; it's probably already happening. Which why I like the AI conversations. I understand them. I get them. I think they're very important because we do need to figure this out. We do need to talk about it. And we do need to have some regulations and standards because the movie shit, and I've seen it, bro. Like it's more like anime and fighting scenes. Think of like the Matrix fighting scenes like that. I've seen real life AI renditions of this shit where it's like, oh my God, it's the full movie, but it's made with AI.
I'm starting to see that stuff too.
And I'm like, yo.
And the worst part is they continue to improve and improve and improve. And at a certain point, we're going to get the nail on the head when it comes to acting with emotion, when it comes to using the right words with the right emotion. And like we said, when it comes to these TV and film companies, they already have the writers, Cari. At this point, what the fuck would I need to cast for? Especially if we've got the writers, we got the characters, we don't have to even have voices, Cari. We can just type this shit in with the emotions and tweak and tweak and tweak.
And it takes less man hours. You know what I'm saying?
Hand over fist.
Less production. We don't need lights. We don't need a studio. We don't need actors. We don't need food. We don't need travel.
None of it.
None of those expenses, right?
And we can make it look as real. We can make it look realer than CG fucking eye, Cari.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm here for the research and understanding. Like I be in them shits like, nah, y'all not finna get this over on me. Like even Sora, bro. I just started like.
I've never used Sora.
No, I haven't used it either. But I just really started to look at it within the last month, and now it's finna disappear. So I'm like, all right. I'm keeping my eyes on you.
Yeah, I've been seeing Sora since sometime last year, but I did not know it was something I could just download and go get for a while.
This app.
Yeah. And I don't think it's down yet. I think they're shutting it down.
Yeah, they haven't announced the official date yet, so it's still up.
Yeah, I'm gonna give me some Sora videos, man.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
But I don't have anything for that one, or anything else for that one. Do you have more on?
I don't, man.
Sore topic.
I don't.
All right, this is another one, Cari, that I feel like you might have to take the lead on because I don't know that much. It seems as though the WNBA players are about to start getting fucking paid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From what I'm seeing, the WNBA and Women's National Basketball Player Association, the WNBPA. I should have just said the WNBPA.
Yep.
Have reached a tentative agreement with, I think, the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement. And like I said, I don't know what that means in the most detailed terms, so I'm gonna give it to Cari. Yeah. But they about to start getting paid.
Yeah, so it's basically just how salary caps are set and how revenue is set for the entire league. This is how players get paid. This is how coaches get paid. This is just how the revenue is shared, just to give you like a bird's eye view of what collective bargaining means. In a sense, if you want more information, obviously you can look it up. But yes, this has been a talk for at least the last year and a half, maybe 2 years for the WNBA. There was a strike. There was a lockout possibly on the verge, but they finally came to an agreement, and this news was broke just this past week. I think like Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to get some more details on it. But it says here, Engelbert, I believe that's the commissioner, said in a short statement that the two sides have aligned on key elements of a new CBA. The WNBPA Vice President Breonna Stewart described the ideal to reporters in New York as transformational. And she couldn't be more correct, man, because the details that I have here state that the reported agreement is going to raise the WNBA salary cap from $1.5 million to $7 million. The average revenue share is going to increase to nearly 20%. You have the super max deals for players now starting at a base minimum of $1.4 million.
Whoa, for real?
Yep. And then the average salary in range from $600K and that's a rise from it being at about 300K.
Wait, you say the Supermax was 1.4 starting?
Supermax is 1.4 million.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Hell yeah. That's an increase, I think, from, like they said, 600K.
Cari.
Say it with your chest, man.
I'm not doing this for a specific purpose. I just want to know the range.
Yeah.
Do you know what Luka's Supermax that he wanted was? Do you know what that was?
Yeah, we can get it. Hold on.
See, and you making a joke out of it. I'm not trying to be an ass right now. I'm really just trying to see like how vast the margin is.
So Luka signed 5-year, 346 million Supermax, or he was eligible for a 5-year, 343 million Supermax, but he signed and took a little bit less than that. So let's look at, let's say, Jaylen Brown. I think he took a Supermax.
Didn't he just cop one of like the biggest Supermaxes ever? He
5-year, 304 million. Richest deal in history at the time, July 2023. So just to give a little more range here, the previous CBA, the salary cap was 1.5 million. That jumped to 7 million.
Mm-hmm.
Previous Supermax was 249K.
What the fuck?
And that jumped to 1.4 million.
Good for them, though. Good for them.
Average salary was 120K. We're now jumping up to 600K. Minimum salary was 66K. Could have just went and got an office job.
I was like, nigga, we make that.
But now the minimum salary is going to raise to 300K. So it's big money for the WNBA. Obviously, it's not going to be anywhere close to what the men are making, but this is a huge step for them in the right direction. They're finally seeing that expansion. I think more teams are going to join the league now. They're going to, expand and do that. And then you have the best players in the league getting the Supermax contracts. Like Asia, I'm sure she's going to sign for that 1.4. Brianna Stewart probably going to sign for that. Like there's so many names out there.
Does Caitlin Clark get a Supermax?
Yeah, when she becomes eligible.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Paige gonna get hers. Like all
Angel getting one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. She definitely gonna get one too.
Oh, I knew Paige.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta tell me Paige.
Yeah, bro. So this is a big deal, man, because it was looking grim. Like we've seen a lockout for the men in 2011. I don't think people really would have cared as much, just really being honest.
I remember Angel talking about a possibility of a lockout.
It wouldn't have been as big as the NBA, is what I'm trying to say, but this was going to be a really big deal if they weren't allowed to suit up this year because of the CBA. Like people are going to be upset about that because they are at the biggest point where it's like, bro, they're finally getting all their publicity. They're finally getting this glamour, and then y'all go away. That would have been bad. So it was good that they got this set up before it reached that point.
I just want to make sure that I don't have anything. There was something I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I was over here like something churning, like that I was gonna make a joke, but it honestly slipped my mind, and that might be God.
Let me say this one because this is something only that obviously women would have to worry about, but. It says teams must now obtain a player's consent before trading a pregnant player, along with the salary cap exception for pregnancy and childbirth.
You better get that bitch off the team, nigga.
I'm pregnant.
The other teams have to consent. I mean, the other players have to consent to her being able to leave?
The player that's being traded has to consent if they're pregnant. I believe that's what they're saying.
So say I were like a pregnant woman and I played for the LA Sparks. They want to trade me to the Mercury. I have to tell them niggas or I'm allowed to tell them, nah, not while I'm pregnant.
Maybe, or like you were saying, maybe the other team has to consent to take on a pregnant player. Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't tell me exactly. I'll try to find that. But that's a good question. That's a really good question.
That's all right. Oh, okay. I mean, she's not playing anyway.
Yeah, but you're traded for somebody who's not going to play because she's pregnant, and then you're not going to play after the childbirth.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe that's why.
Okay. Yeah, we do got to kegel that pussy back up before we get back on the court.
And raise the baby.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah.
But mostly kegel that pussy up. The baby will raise itself.
We got babysitters.
Yeah, well, the baby will raise itself.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
We've got to kegel that thing down.
For sure. Shout out to them though.
Absolutely.
Shit.
Yeah.
Transformational, man.
Outside of all of the jokes,
Yeah.
we wanted nothing more than to see that. There's the joke. I remember it, and it's not even really a joke. I just want to ask, like, Cari, truly, how do you think us as Americans would react had the WNBA gone on strike?
Like I said, I don't think we would have really had.
I think that strike ends the business. It's like, they struck. Fuck. And niggas would have just been like, oh, damn.
Nah, it's too big of a league today.
I know.
For it to just fall like that. But it would have got ESPN coverage. It would have got some news coverage for maybe like 3 days. A good 72 hours, you know what I mean?
What's this guy's doing?
I don't know, son. It's okay.
ESPN would have still covered it. I'm talking like major news.
That nigga said 3 days. Holy shit.
Major news would have gave him like a cool 72 hours.
I just remember 2000, like the 10-11 season.
Yeah.
Man,
that shit was everywhere.
Corey, they talked about it every day. They followed these niggas to the Drew League. They followed Kobe out to Japan and shit. Yeah, other players was following Kobe out to Japan and will Japan be the new league this year?
Yeah, they were sending their reporters overseas.
Real shit. Kobe dropped 40 in Japan. Nigga, if Derek Fisher don't bring these niggas back together, what the fuck? Get these niggas back together, Derek.
Come on, two.
Yeah, like, where the Brad at, nigga?
Yeah, facts.
Come on, two. Come on, two. You got this. Stay in it, two.
Nah, I seen that white Derek Fisher jersey the other day on the internet. The old school white. Ooh, that bitch was clean.
I've never thought about getting a Derek Fisher. I might have to tap into that.
Yeah, that shit was hard, bro. I just love that white old Lakers jersey, bro. Like, it was just fire. They only wore it, I think, at home, and they didn't wear it often.
Yeah, I got that. I still got an old school.
Yeah,
Kobe. Kobe.
Yeah, okay, exactly. Yeah, bro. That was always one of my favorite Laker jerseys.
But that's that three-peat era. And on the opposite side of that, I had the white one. So that wasn't my favorite. I always wanted the yellow bitch. Like the
gold for
sure. The fresh gold, sure. the purple 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a few more. Like just from that era. Ori, I want that one. And oddly enough, I want that Rick Fox jersey.
Yeah, that would be hard.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of them ones to get. But we can move on. Somehow in the WNBA conversation, we have found ourselves talking about the NBA. How sexist of us. But let's move on. We're staying in sport. Actually, it's good we're on NBA now because we're going to talk about an NBA player, but not for NBA reasons, Corey.
Okay.
Dennis Rodman is being inducted into the Hall of Fame, guys.
Okay, hold on. But wait, is he not already in the Hall of Fame?
Pause.
Damn. He is, right, Corey?
Right.
That's what it is. Corey, they're inducting Dennis Rodman into the WWE World Wrestling Entertainment Hall of Fame.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
No, it doesn't. No, the fuck it doesn't. Now, what I will say is, and let's just start off with the actual headline because we were joking. Yes, Dennis Rodman is being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I do want to preface by saying we were toddlers into small children during the WWF Attitude Era. Now, you had an older brother, I had an older brother. WWF was on Stone Cold, The Rock, but heavy during the 90s when the Bulls were popular during that Hall Nash NWO Hulk era.
Yep.
I can remember not from being around, but from the clips I've seen and rewatching to do my history, like as a kid watching WWE. Dennis Rodman was a very big part of the WWF during the NWO era.
Yep.
I believe, and I'm not 100% sure, I believe they made him an NWO member. I'm pretty sure Dennis Rodman was a member, like.
Yeah, he was. His name was Rodzilla.
Okay, yeah, I can see him in that black NWO shirt. Yeah. I was like, he was a member, wasn't he? And guys, I'm sorry, just to give you a little wrestling history. In the early 90s to mid 90s, when WWE clashed with WCW, you saw WWE superstars like Hall, Nash, or they were Razor Ramon and other shit when they were over there at WWE, leave WWE and go fuck with WCW. So much so that WCW took over and NWO became like the driving force of wrestling in the 1990s before you had that huge Rock Stone Cold era.
Yep.
So even when they left WCW when the ratings fell and brought NWO back to WWF or WWE now as we know it, I'm saying all of that to say during the 90s, in the wrestling era, before we just hit Attitude Era with Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Rock, that whole thing, the biggest thing in wrestling was the NWO.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan specifically.
Yeah, and when you name the members of the NWO, I'm pretty sure every single one of those guys are already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I understand he wasn't a actual WWE superstar, but I do see this as rightfully so that he goes into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said from that time period. I mean, this guy was leaving practice and shit to go fuck with the wrestling guys.
Yeah.
And just around that time, like the 90s and early 2000s, when it came to just like new media and publicity, it was different. So Dennis Rodman being a high profile figure in another sport, in another environment, and bringing that over to this environment that was struggling at times and needed some fire.
That was huge.
Like that was a big deal at the time.
The Bulls were
the biggest team in the world.
Larger than life.
in the world,
so
bro.
Any starter off of that team is like Michael showing up.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
bro.
Dennis, and if you have to think about Dennis's MO, how he gets down, how rowdy he is, how physical he is.
Yep.
Nobody on the 90s Bulls, even Jordan, fit more going to WWE than Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
Yeah. Everything made sense for him there. And yeah, as we've had this conversation, as we talk on this podcast, I see shit more than when I was reading it, getting prepared for the podcast.
Right.
As we have this conversation, rightfully fucking so, that you put Dennis Rodman in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Maybe not over other wrestlers that are WWE and WWF superstars that deserve to be there and may have missed the ballot this year. But I do believe almost 30 years later of NWO that he's rightfully deserving of a spot in the Hall of Fame.
I couldn't agree more, man. They say the ceremony is going to take place next month, April 17th, and that's going to be a part of WrestleMania 42 week. But yes, I second what you said, man. I think it's deserving. I think he earned it. I think you can't mention that time, although he wasn't necessarily on the roster or your so-called superstar. You can't mention that time of NWO, the WCW, WWF, whatever era or period or ownership you want to name it. He plays a huge part in the rise during that time, like I mentioned earlier. So it's big ups, bro. You're in the Hall of Fame for the NBA, of course, and now you're in the Hall of Fame for the WWE. Not too many people that can probably say that they're in both. He's probably the only motherfucker who can say that he's in both of those. Honestly, I don't think there would be any other person.
I can't think of one other person.
Yeah. So that's fire, bro.
Yeah, he's like Bo Jackson for wrestling. Yeah, nigga like Bo. Well, let's move on.
Man.
We got one more topic, and Cari, it seems like niggas don't want to join the U.S. Army anymore. Was it just the Army that upped their age, or was it the whole U.S. military?
It was just the Army,
Okay.
but they were joining others who've already made this change.
Okay.
Yeah.
There were other branches that already had that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. Army, guys, has increased their max enlistment age to 42, along with another piece of information that we'll get into in just a second. But I believe before, what was it, like 36?
35.
35, yeah. 18 through 35 was the age to join the U.S. Army. And they just moved it back another 7 years. I don't know why. I mean, the only thing that I can think of is that, I mean, the same thing that was been the Republican push for presidency and everything is our population or birth rates haven't been as high. So now we need to make up for that shit. That's the same reason why they're scared there won't be white people in 20 years.
Or men.
Yeah.
They're saying men can't produce the Y chromosome anymore these days.
Really? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think it's like a huge thing, but there are some case studies out
So
there.
niggas is bitches.
Niggas can only make women.
So niggas is bitches. No, I'm playing.
That's the way you gonna understand it, my brother.
Yeah, these niggas bitches. Yeah, I can't, my brain.
I was gonna say whatever helps you.
My brain can't even
grasp it,
process
right?
that. He keep trying to tell me no, but Cari, these niggas is bitches. Shout out my partners, y'all not bitches.
Nah, facts.
But I not only did I not hear that, but 42 is old, man. Like it's young in the sense of an OnlyFans like CEO passing away.
Yeah.
But when you start to think about 42, like, nigga, we're not talking about LeBron James here. The average 42-year-old is vastly out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the nigga you want running in and out of the what is it called? The platoon. That's what it is. Yeah. This is not the nigga you want in and out of the platoon. A 42-year-old in and out of the platoon?
That's crazy.
Yeah, the only thing that I started thinking of was like, damn, man, if they up in that age, like, I hope they keep in the draft age where it always the selective services. I know they're not doing it and they haven't done that since Vietnam or Korea, whichever one it was. But that's the only thing I'd be thinking about. As my age gets older, I remember when I got to 27 and like we phased out of the selective service age.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit. Like, do you know how good it felt, like, knowing that monkey on your back of like, oh, one day, what if they enact the selective service?
Yeah.
And you have to, nigga, not no more.
No, because I remember turning 18, like when you first find that out.
You got to go sign
it's
up
a
and
feeling,
shit.
yeah. I mean, it ain't like a scary feeling, but it's like a damn, like, what if?
What if you get that call one day, man?
For sure.
Yeah, and now that we got to 27 and 28 and you 29, like, whoo, shit. And then you see them up the age to 42, and I'm like, oh, keep that selective service age at 26 though, my guy.
Yeah, facts.
And I do think that's something that would still be kept at 26, because if we're in that great need of war, we don't need the 42-year-olds, guy.
Nope, you need the 18-year-olds.
Yeah, you need them young niggas. You need them YNs.
Yep.
Preferably the ones with gun charges already. Clean
with nothing to lose.
Clean these streets up. Oh man, yeah, I can't wait for one day they enact that bitch, clean our streets up.
Nigga, you know how many records gonna be wiped?
Them niggas gonna come home vets. Like, oh my god, no, that's
With
the
a
reason.
clean record?
That's the reason why they won't. They gotta give a nigga with 3 felony gun charges benefits for the rest of his life.
100%.
Yeah, like
nigga.
they gonna treat them niggas like Vietnam vets.
Facts, bro.
Shout out to Vietnam vets, because they still be doing niggas wrong.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, no, that's not happening, Cari. They need
not at all.
They need clean niggas. But the other thing that I said we were going to get to, Cari, they've lowered restrictions for marijuana. So now, or it used to be, if you had any prior marijuana convictions, even a simple possession of marijuana, your military or army application would go immediately under review. And because I've heard from other people specifically that have admitted to using marijuana, and that went under review, more times than often they send you back and make you wait a year and a half. Then you're gonna have to do the whole thing over again, go through that process. But that's just for on the application admitting that you use marijuana or have used it before. That's not even for a conviction. Most times when you have a marijuana conviction, you're not getting into the army.
Yeah.
They have now stopped that. After 1, you don't go under review, I think, or something like that. 2, they review it now. But I think if you have a weed charge now, you're good to head straight into the U.S. Army.
Yeah, it says the revised regulation also permits recruits to enlist if they have a single marijuana possession or drug paraphernalia possession conviction without a waiver. Whatever that means.
Yeah, so I guess you used to have a waiver, and after that, after 1, you would go under review or some shit like that. Or at first, I'm sorry, let me rewind and say that. I believe before anything paraphernalia drug charge went under review. Now I guess they're giving out waivers or you don't have to have something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can smoke weed and go to the fucking army now, guys.
Basically, if you got a single charge, like you said, they will pretty much ignore the single in a sense.
But if you niggas have 2, you're cooked.
Right.
You don't have 2 of them bitches.
You're gonna need a waivers
too. Yeah, and like I said, to my knowledge, those waivers or reviews going well, it's not an easy thing to get past. So if you're looking forward to the U.S. Army, don't smoke weed.
Yeah, and also, I mean, you gotta just think of, not talking about what you're talking about. I'm just talking about like why the Army and the branches of government will make these changes. You gotta just think about, the expanded worry or fear about the ongoing war. Not only right now in Iran, but I think just period moving forward. There's tension against us now. Like this causes something, but I say it all the time, bro. This ain't the same America that that we grew up in, our parents grew up in, our grandparents grew up in, where people weren't afraid of us. You know what I'm saying? Like they're still afraid. I don't think we're going to be attacked, but I think we're more likely to go to war with countries that we may not have wanted to or even went to war with in the more recent years. I do think that's believable. I don't think that we're not safe by any means. I'm not afraid of no country.
You niggas play pussy in this bitch. See if we don't blow your fucking country to pieces.
Yeah, but I still think this is just like a preparation. That's the perfect word. A preparation for if that time does come. Well, look, we already raised the age 5 years ago. Well, look, we already been more light on the convictions 5 years ago. We're ready now. So that's kind of how I see it.
Cari, say they did raise the age of the selective service up to 35 or 42, whatever it is. You going to Iran or you going to prison?
Shit, I'm gonna take the Muhammad Ali route, man.
Yeah, I'm honestly like, now that we're at the age,
I ain't gonna lie.
see, Bakari, jail was different. Niggas wasn't getting fucked in there back then. It was really rehabilitation and shit going on.
What's the other ways? What you gotta do? Go to school? What you gotta do?
Kari, you go. What are you talking about? What's the other ways? What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Like, nigga, how can I get a waiver?
To my knowledge, Kari,
Shit.
back in World War II, Vietnam, stuff like that, they were pulling niggas out of college.
Yeah, I think they was.
So you're going with the prison?
Nah, Jack. I mean, like,
so you're going to war? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm going to war, bro. I can't go to prison.
I guess I'm a bitch then. I'm going to jail, nigga.
I can't go to prison, bro.
Kari.
Nah, bro. Look.
What worse could happen in prison than besides? Never mind.
Nah, look, I gotta go find it. I read a tweet the other day.
Forgive me, and no Diddy, but Kari, if you toot that ass up, you at least still get to go home.
Nah, let me read this to you, bro. This is a tweet. of a nigga talking about his cousin who's never coming home from jail.
Oh God.
This is the tweet. It say, nigga, my cousin is never coming home. My nigga wrote me a 20-page poem about how he remembers the last time he took a bath and wishes he could take a bath again one more time. A bath. I think about that shit every time I get in the fucking shower. I'm not going to jail.
McCarr, who said they were giving you life?
I don't give a damn, bro.
Now, if they're offering life,
Life?
I'm going to war, nigga.
Right.
And I'm going to take my chances.
Niggas in that hoe praying about baths.
McCarr, what if they was like 2 years?
In jail?
Yeah. You going to war?
Yes, bro. I'm not going to jail for
Carl, what if that war lasts 7 years over there?
man.
You could have been out in 2. You just be gay.
and have no benefits, nigga, and a felon.
At home? New boyfriend and everything.
New boyfriend.
New pack on me. Like, the fuck?
Nah, not
new
at all.
boo? Bugatti new boo.
New boo.
Come on, man.
Nah, gang.
Nigga up daddy and shit. All right. I'm
He's
sorry.
going too far.
Pause.
That nigga said up daddy.
My fault. Nigga up the zaddy and shit. Yeah, he looking for some bullshit, y'all. I'm about to end the pod before he. Ah! Fuck.
That ain't even what I was looking for, man.
Oh man. Man, I know I'm gonna have to hear about this shit from the guys.
That nigga said up daddy.
Yeah, bro, but after your 7 years, you didn't been home, or you fresh home from the military. Your homeboys up zaddy and shit. Free. You fucking choking your fucking wife at night thinking it's the niggas from the platoon.
I got PTSD.
Yeah, come on, man. Like,
Choking my wife.
yeah, you better go
Crazy,
get zaddy.
I'm good, man.
Oh man. I think that's enough for us today, guys.
Yes.
We'll be back on Monday, episode 410.
410, baby.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
All right, man.
It's coming now.
We'll see you guys Monday morning. I'm Roderick.
I'm Cari.
All right, let's get out of there.